Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In this sub-series, we are going to learn how to maintain index. So in this very first video, we will get introduced to index fragmentation. And we will know what is meant by index fragmentation, and that will play a role in index maintenance. We know that index improves the performance when retrieving the data from database. So the performance will be improved when we retrieve the data. So index uses B-tree based structure and it gets stored in the disk. So let's state that we have table X. In that table, we have a specific column that is indexed, and we will call this as index Y. So if you see here, the table data is stored in a separate paging file. Let's state that this is page 1. There is one more page called page 2, and the index structure will get stored in a separate page. So that's what here we are stating. Index uses B-tree based structure and it gets stored in the disk. Just like how table data is stored, the same way these structural data also get stored in the disk. When index is manipulated to a considerable degree, the page becomes fragmented. Say for example, when you are retrieving the data, tree traversal happens, right? So it will go through the tree and finds the page, and from that page it will pick the content quickly. But when the index is manipulated in the sense this is the indexed column, right? Let's state that we have a lot of insert, update and delete. So if we make a insert, then the data will get inserted here in the table, and in the meantime we will come here and a new node will get inserted, right? So here, even though search is quicker, when you insert, we need to make two entry, one in the page file of table data and one for the index. That's the two operation, right? So when you update, and if the update make changes to this specific indexed column, so this is B-tree based structure, right? There will be a possibility that the node will go and sit at some other location. The same way, when you delete the content, the page will shrink, and when you start adding the content, the page may grow. So in that case, if there is no space in this specific page, the data for the index will get fragmented, and if there are multiple such fragment for same indexed column, let's state that this is the index structure, but it is linked and fragmented to different level. Then during the data retrieval itself, it should walk through different pages. So let's state that page 2, 3, 4 and 5 to pick data quicker. That's why we create the index. But when it gets fragmented, and if fragmentation goes deep, then there will be a penalty during the insert, delete, update, as well as select, because select also need to walk through different pages. This fragmentation causes performance issues. because the data is not in a single page or not in a continuous page, it will be scattered among the disk at a different location. So we call that as a, index fragmentation. Just like even in your Windows, if you read and write files more often at some other drive, and your disk will get fragmented. That means file storage will get split into multiple pages, and when you read the file there will be a performance penalty because it needs to walk through all the link to read the content, right? Fragment 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why the Windows operating system provides a defragmentation utility so that you can defragment your specific drive. The same goes for index maintenance as well. When index get fragmented, then there should be a way to defragment the index or put the index in a stage when it was initially created. So just to avoid the or reassemble the fragmented part into a continuous paging file, so that will help the performance. In this sub-series, we will learn how to check index fragmentation and defragment it. So if there are plenty of indexes, say for example your database has 100 tables and you have 750 indexes. Remember, a table can have multiple indexes as well, and state we have 750 indexes. So we should know a way which indexes need defragmentation or which indexes are fragmented, right? So that way you will pick the indexes, then you will go with the maintenance procedure. We will also see how to rebuild index, as it is required when defragmentation does not help much. So when an index is fragmented to certain degree, say for example if the fragmented index scattered around just for example 10 to 15 pages, then you can go for a defragment. But if it scattered among 1,000 pages, then defragmentation won't help. In that case, we have to go with rebuilding the index. So rebuilding the index in the sense we are building the index from the scratch. It's kind of creating the index newly. Alright, that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.